Every time I hear someone sing the national anthem with that annoying R&B inflection, hitting so many notes with just one syllable, I think this can't be the intention of the song. And indeed it's not. Are those divas who butcher the Star-Spangled Banner aware that it was written during the War of 1812? I doubt it. Most people would know that Star-Spangled Banner was written by Francis Scott Key, but they might not realize that Star-Spangled Banner is just one verse of a much longer poem which describes a very specific historical event. And again, it's not about the Revolutionary War, it's about the less famous and actually kind of disastrous War of 1812. The Star-Spangled Banner repeats, quote, "Oh say can you see?" And later in the verse you learn that this refers to our flag with, quote, "broad stripes and bright stars." This refers to a specific flag flying at Fort McHenry in Baltimore. We flew this humongous flag on our fort as a kind of provocation to the British war fleet off the coast. The British had just burned down the White House in nearby Washington, D.C. Their next target was Baltimore. With its crucial ports, it would have been even more significant than the capital. According to one British general, Baltimore, quote, "ought to be laid in ashes." Francis Scott Key was at the time on a British warship negotiating the release of a prisoner. His plan was to show the British letters from British prisoners of war in American hospitals testifying to how well they were treated. From there he observed the British bombardment of Fort McHenry. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, refers to British bombs which were designed to explode over their target and release shrapnel, appearing like fireworks. This is according to the book 1812, The War That Forged a Nation. The poem was first published under a less romantic name, The Defense of Fort McHenry. At the time, Americans would have known immediately the battle to which that refers. It was then republished under its now famous name, The Star-Spangled Banner. Only later was it sung to the tune of an old English drinking song, which kind of makes it sound less epic and reverent as we think of the tune today. The American prisoner whom Key was there to release and who was observing the battle along with Key repeatedly asked him, quote, "Can you see the flag? Is the flag still there?" The sight of the flag indicated that the fort had not been taken and that Baltimore itself was safe. Author Walter Borman writes, quote, "Only the sight of Mary Pickergill's huge flag waving above the harbor gave some assurance that the fort had not fallen and that Baltimore was secure." As Key watched events unfold, he began to write the lyrics to Star-Spangled Banner on the back of an envelope, likely having no idea of the import of the words he was scribbling. The pivotal question seeped into Key's subconscious and found itself in his immortal verse, quote, "Is our flag still there?" It's now our national anthem, and is butchered by singers intent on making the song more about their vocal prowess rather than adhering to the integrity of the lyrics and its meaning. But to be fair, they probably don't care about that anyway.